I want to, because it is a very late evening on your side and late night on my side, I want to make a very short reflection of what I'm going to do and what I also call upon OSA members and supporters to take this organization together forward. I will read briefly my speech, not a formal speech actually. Dear OSA founding members, former presidents, board members, and fellow scholars, it is a great honor to me to accept this responsibility of leading OSA as a president for the coming year. But at the same time, I understand that it is a big assignment. It is a big assignment for two reasons. Firstly, it is assignment and a responsibility because it requires sustaining the missions and the visions of this only one scholarly association that a few committed scholars built 40 years ago, nurtured it and sustained under different difficult times. Second, it is also a big responsibility because of the timing. The timing means the situation of our people in Oromo. As you all know, currently our people are under different state-led violence, displacement, economic crisis and environmental crisis, and so on. And this is part of the deep-rooted imperial imaginations of Ethiopia. And that has been what OSA have tried to deconstruct for the last 40 years. And it has been this commitment of senior OSA members and the supporters scholars that has been inspiring young generations of scholars, including myself. I grew up reading publications that were produced by OSA members or through the OSA journal JOS. I want to quote one famous quotation from General Wakogutu, which says, Gabrumma Dambukifna, that Amnulmanit Guddifna. You senior scholars have tried your best to raise the young generation in the struggle in deconstructing the colonial narratives in Ethiopia. Now it is upon our shoulder, the young generation of scholars, to sustain and pass it to the next generation in line with our Gada tradition. I also want to mention that this would have not been, the achievements of the OSA would have not been possible had it has not been for the support, financial, in terms of ideas, in terms of critics of OSA members and supporters. Thank you very much for doing that. And thank you all also for sustaining OSA, as I mentioned before. While continuing to do the OSA missions and visions, the regular OSA missions and visions, I want to mention few agenda items I want to take for the next year in collaboration to the entire OSA leadership. The first one is producing knowledge through funded research. This is very important. Our people, the problems in Oromo are deep-rooted, and it requires empirically founded, empirically grounded research. Therefore, we need to solicit funding through external or internal funding by OSA or through other organizations, and develop a collaborative research between OSA members abroad and in Oromo. Second, I want to strengthen some of the works which have been started linking OSA to Oromo. That is, in the first one, it is through training. I mentioned before that the senior scholars in OSA or out of OSA, particularly on Oromo studies, have contributed their best in bringing and unpacking the complex realities in that country. However, things cannot be continued the same way unless the young generation becomes so critically informed and also equipped with the knowledge and the skills of writing. Particularly the young generation in Oromia should be supported by critical writing skills. That is what OSA members and scholars can contribute. Creating and establishing a platform through OSA, for example, by organizing a training workshop for scholars in Oromia. The second aspect of the linkage with Oromia is through supervision. For example, PhD candidates in Oromia universities require the support from us all, because we are placed in different opportunities. We have access to materials, and then a co-supervision would also equip them to be critical researchers. Otherwise, they would continue to reproduce what the Abyssinian scholars have been doing for centuries. The third aspect is, which actually the board mentioned yesterday, about Journal of Oromo Studies. We should increase and strengthen the quality and the frequency of JOS, particularly by adding two positions, associate and managing editors, and in collaboration with the editor, the board, and other leadership, I will work on strengthening this publication or publication platform. The other aspect, which is the last, actually would be establishing collaboration between OSA and other scientific and or scholarly organizations abroad. This also helps us particularly to broaden our engagement. Therefore, I will call upon Oromo scholars, OSA members, and supporters to support this only one organization that we have financially and in terms of ideas and in terms of critics, in order to take this organization forward and to use it as a scholarly platform for ideas, discourse, and discussions. Together, we will finally take, we will definitely take the OSA forward. Thank you very much. We'll do it better if we are united. Thank you.